Hi, I wanted to come through and just, I don't know, see get a reading on the frequencies, get a reading on the energies coming through for the collective and those energies might want to be saying, doing. I just want to get a feel. So I'm just going to tune in, see what wants to come through. I know for a fact already that I've been told there are 3 cycles to June. The first one beginning the 3rd, which is now for us here in the locale of Western Australia. That isn't always the case. They do say that, calendar dates are almost irrelevant at times, but utilized because that's how we frame our world. So the other story of that is they just said there are 3 cycles. So this cycle beginning on the 3rd, beginning where I'm sitting, heading towards the 6/6 portal. So the 6th of June, 6/6. These sorts of portals are quite functional nowadays, like the 7/7, the 8/8. The 8/8 has always been very functional. The 3rd of the 3rd has always been very functional. Others on and off. But this next 2 to 3 years, they will be highly functional. So those portals of time frame will be the doorways for many energies. Having said that, those energies do come now. They can come days before, and it can be more of a threshold we are passing through, a portal we are passing through, classed as, in this case, the 6th of the 6th. But really, for myself personally, I feel it running from the 3rd to the 8th. So there is a whole lot of tuning and attuning and aligning and coming into that energy. And it depends what you can receive, how much you can take in, and what is needed, even how it's going to work with you. Some things are going to work very strongly with you because the universal workings is asking it of you, and you can step up in that role. You can be in that place. You can speak to that person. You can bring forth that information. You have the knowledge and the connections. You are in the right place at the right time for whatever else is being coded and encoded into Earth herself. So let's just see what wants to be spoken. Just give me a moment. It may take a moment, it may take longer. Whilst I'm sitting with this, why don't you tune in yourself? Just be in that calm, receptive space to receive these energies, what is being channeled, and to align you into your own knowledge of that, your own experience of that. So we want to speak to you about the great opening of the Ascension portal. It began just a year and a half, more or less, ago. That portal that stepped across and has been a tunnel that you are walking through. That overall grand tunnel runs for another year or two, and it will take you into the year 2027, into 2028. There is a period of time where things will grow from there. So the energies that we are tuning to now, that we're giving Megan information on, and through her yourselves, is the fact that there is much to come forward. So it is a rocky ride, but it is the breaking up, the great breaking up. We are able to penetrate with the energies. We are able to bring forth those virtues of light. We are able to bring the innate intelligence back into the body system of Gaia, back into the earth. So we are actually here able to assist you and guide you in where that will take you. But your own experience is always had in that. The other thing is it can be very broad. What is something for some person, maybe something quite different for another. But at the moment, let's just attune to what is this current cycle. So a retribution has been happening. And And what we mean by that is there is much to be forgiven, much to be opened up and assessed. So we ask you to do that of yourself, to assess and forgive and assess. You are in this place of recognition. Identities are dropping away. Roles are changing. The sixth portal is a new phase altogether, a very high energy coming through. And it will be a great thread from here through to 2027, 28. It will take you on a ride. And you say, but I've been on a ride for so long now, maybe I want to get off. But this is a different ride. For those of you who are doing the work and diligently facing what is next, you will have this awareness that things are changing, that you are able to walk towards the positive vibration so much easier, that you are able to let go the negative. Now, this is just terminology for what is the flow that is occurring that you are able to tune into. Your frequency abilities are expanding. Those abilities to read those frequencies, those abilities to attune to those, to blend and understand and flow with them, to be them. And so you will find that Megan will be talking a lot about virtuous energy, abundance, honor, smile. These are all beautiful energies that you can build upon. Manifest, if you wish to call it that. Actualize. So there is much of that to come now. That is the new phase that you step across. Will you accept it? Are you able to go into the next capability? Are you able to listen more? Are you able to let go of some of what you have been doing before? Many of you have set mindsets around what is your spiritual role, about what you are capable of. You are moving towards a 5D being. There is much to learn, much to apply, much to come into as your DNA is restructured and switched on. And there are those that are understanding it and have a role to speak of it. And there are those who are just going to come into it and will need to hear from you or feel from you. Hence why your role may not always be very direct. Hence why we ask you to keep putting those positive vibrations out wherever and whenever you are. If you are asked to touch an item in a shop, lean against a wall, do whatever it is, please do it. Your energy is upliftment. Allow us to work through you. That is the 6-6 portal to take you all into a new phase of working through you. The light worker has changed from dedicating themselves to the heavy duty breaking down of themselves. And now in the forgiveness phase, we give for the higher truth, for where we are headed. What is it we can bring in? What is that higher focus? Tuning into yourself is so important. You may look out to the world and listen for other things, but you must still bring it back to you. That is the energy that is required now. Tuning into you. Your bodies will be upgraded with this, not just in this cycle, but many. But there will be heavy-duty times for the body. But know that that is the changer. Know that that is the portal stepping forward, or the energy stepping forward, or the encodements, the DNA. All the various things are happening appropriately for you. Your job is to have the mindset to not close it down, to not see it as a certain way or a certain thing, to not measure it against what you know on the human world, but to allow it to be more known to you from the broadband systems of energetic frequency, from consciousness. Allow yourself to tune in. That inner guidance, it's very, very important. You're going to be feeling quite a lot over the next few days. You will be noticing quite some differences in your mind, how you feel, what you think. And it may not be that you know yet what it is, although that has been occurring. They're very much a case of feeling an old feeling or thought and then it petering out, not going anywhere, not having as much hold on you, to now having new thoughts, new ideas, new feelings. Be in the observatory of that. Be in allowance, let the discovery unfold and feel those higher vibration energies through you. We are sending some strong energy. There will be 2 more cycles over June that are all part and parcel of the same system here that we are coming into, stepping you into new phases of activity, new phases of discovery. Each has your own phase that you are upstepping, but there is also a certain level of, we don't want to hierarchical this, but we would say a certain level of beingness that some have reached, and they are ready to see differently, to be differently, to walk as the luminous human, to allow their light to do its innate intelligence thing through them. You are the portal. Meanwhile, there are many energies coming through, locking into earth and locking into many other things because they are being brought through others. They are being locked in just through the sun. So energy is rising in lots of places, and this actually can create some disruption that is being torn apart energetically, that which is being cleared up, the great fog. And this will be seen in Gaia, the earth, and her movement, her body movement. You will see it in the currents. You will see it in how the weather changes, the shifts in the earth itself. So meanwhile, as this is happening, please focus on the good vibration. Please allow these energies in. The more that you can tune and allow the higher frequency, the broader frequency, from whence it is coming, not just from the sun, through you, and where it is already available. You may not have been ready for it when it was available before, when it crossed over. You may not be ready for it now, and yet you will pick it up later because it is available through the body of Gaia, through earth, through all those that experience the light that is coming through the universe. You are ready for this. This is our understanding. This is our way of showing you what you are instanding. But we cannot give you many words on what that will be. That experience is the process. That experience is what you signed up for. That experience is yours to discover and talk about in your own way. But you will feel these high vibe energies. And this 6/6 threshold that you are crossing will see you stepping into newer phases of how you operate, what you are interested in, what you let go of. Many things will no longer interest you in quite the same way. So don't look at what you are losing, look at what you are gaining. Look towards what is there that you did not realize was there. Instand that energy. Like we said, if it feels the right thing to lean against a wall and receive, receive. Now, for many of you, like Megan, you would lean against that wall to cleanse and clear. But you're not looking for the wall to cleanse and clear now. You are looking for the wall that gives you that beautiful energy. Because you are building on that beautiful energy. You are high vibing on the virtuous channel of light and intelligence that has been locking into Gaia's body. She is shifting to a higher version of self, as are you, shifting with her, looking towards where she and her innate intelligence and all that supports her, an entire universe and beyond in other universes, and that is where we come from, another universe, as the Avians of the light, the crystalline avian beings that come here now to open up these portals with much support. You are moving towards visualizing differently, seeing differently, interacting with that you have not seen for a long time. Absorb that. Many of you are waiting with open arms and excitement for this. So begin to expect and look for that interaction. Okay. So we'd like to take you just through a very small meditation, if we may, stepping into that space, seeing yourself with that path spread before, that great tunnel of the 6-6, seeing the energies coming from behind you and carrying you forward, coming under your feet for you to step forward upon, feeling them around the side of you as you move through this portal, through this tunnel, through this light, into this new space. You are moving forward, you are expanding, you are ascending. So with this will come adjustment, and these energies will help with that. But also team and other team you may not have been with before or allowed in, beings that are here to support. Allow yourself to have a whole new relationship with this. So just transmit that energy to you now, that understanding, by instanding the energy. For each will have their own understanding, their own way. Each has their own body changes, for no one is the same, right? You are ready for this. You are ready for this. Be free and easy with it. Feel them leaving now. This is Megan back in the building. I'm Megan Catherin Enlightenment. If you haven't been watching my stuff before, this goes up into my Patreon group as well. And that's where I will be most speaking to those that are interested in asking questions of these guides, of these high avian energies. And it's also, the beauty of it is you get in my Patreon membership, which you can join for free. This is a free thing. You get this emailed to you direct. So you get on top of these energies. When the next one will be, perhaps when the next cycle comes, I feel like there's a bit of a grace period between the 8th and the 10th, and we start again on something new. New but same, right? Again, because the energies are coming through at certain times doesn't mean you are receiving them in that way, or they're saying that there's plenty more to be found of these energies. And if you're supposed to receive something you missed or didn't fully take on or need a bit of a boost of, then that can be found. Those joyous energies and positive vibrations that will help you build in other ways as well, because you are a 360-degree being, and when you bring in those vibe energies in certain parts of your life, they do have the knock-on effect into other parts of your life, creational experience. The other thing is to be inward and feel for yourself, to think for yourself. It's not thinking it out, it's seeing what thoughts want to rise, what information wants to rise. Learning to channel in your own way for yourself, whether that be a speaking or a writing or some other form, art, speaking to you through the art. The art is not necessarily to be put out in the world. It's just that color speaks, or symbols speak, or doodling speaks, whatever it might be. These are important parts of connecting your consciousness up via, ways that you may not have done before. There's also the hearing. That's in itself a telepathy experience that is growing. So often people expect to hear another voice, but it may sound like your own, because that's the first way the telepathic will often work for many. But we're all different. So just allowing yourself to expand in these connection abilities, what can be seen through your physical, allowing yourself to stare into places if that's what feels like wants to happen, because you're reading the frequency, you're interpreting the frequency, your body's adjusting in ways to interpret it. And first we need to get that all switched on, get attuned to that. So that's part of this great phase that is coming forward now that we're stepping through. More of this is available physically. We are opening this up even more. So that will be exciting for those of us who are willingly accepting this. For some of you, if it doesn't feel quite so exciting and you're a little fearful, then work on those fears. Work on what it is that is triggering you. But again, channel in, because you may feel like it's got something to do with such and such. Your thoughts might act like this, and yet it's back here that there's a great, beautiful bonding energy that will actually give you a much higher vibration to allow you to let that stuff go. You may not even need to know what it was or where it came from when you move into the positive energies that are now available and locked in, right? Aligning to, I saw it this morning in my meditation, it's like we've moved from being the bad bacteria and we're moving into being the good bacteria. We're part of the biome, right? So the idea is to move and shift with the good bacteria. We're part of that biome. The good bacteria is building. The good bacteria is taking back the land, right? It's taking back the stomach over her. It's taking back the digestive system. What is it digesting? And what toxins is it putting out? We're not putting out necessarily toxins, but stuff that will help the earth, right? Stuff that feeds her as much as she feeds us. And over time, we will not be feeding on her, from her in the same way, because we too will be direct to the source. The more our bodies can be functioning that way in the oneness, where we have access to everything she has access to, we no longer need to take it all parasitically, let's say. Okay, I don't have much more to say. Have a fabulous June 6/6 portal. And if you have anything you want to put in the comments, please do. Subscribe if you wish to keep up with more of my work. Who knows where I get taken to, but we're going into a new phase. There's been more to come. Interesting things to be shared. And yes, take a look at the membership. You can join for free or come into the tiers and dive in deeper with me. Great to see you here on this side, and to feel you deep and wide on the other side. Soon those sides will be one, right? My love to you. Take care.